What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is Tuesday, March 19th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am ready to rock and roll. Coming off a winning night, 1-2 losing night in NHL, but 5-3 in NBA and 2-0 in NCAA basketball. Shout out to Maxwell Smart with the NJIT double up. Big business. Now, if I hadn't have messed up taking the Suns before and finding out that Kelly Oubre was not going to be in the lineup, would have been even a nicer night, 5-2. But 5-3, I'll take it. Double up, Spurs and under. Double up, Blazers under. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not a huge winning night, but still in the black. And we have a packed card today. We have 10 NHL games, count them. 10 NHL games, 6 NBA games. And then we have Drew Martin joining us because we have a packed NCAA basketball card. The beginning of the tourney starts today. So we're going to have Drew Martin on the early show. Then on the late show, Ski Profit will be joining us. I'm rocking my Ski Life shirt right now. Ski Profit will be on the show, as well as Maxwell Smart. We have a packed day. And I'm ready to get to work. And America said, Jimmy, you called the Jets game perfectly. I was wondering if anybody would recognize that I did say a 3-2 final in that game. Yeah, but I didn't bet it, so who cares? Who cares? But shout out to Ann America for remembering that. Shout out to Ann America in the house. First on the scene, says I'm on dad duty today with the wife and kid. The wife and kid are sick, so I'm chilling at home. Hoping everybody's doing well. We got my man Joe Rich Ramirez in the house. Jansen Bonson in the house. Sebastian Arnold ready to rock. Walla Walla Dose. Rosie. Drew Daddy. Paco Healy, Tom Marino Tomor, Vinny Cornell, Daryl Lyles, Island Tony. There's Ski Profit. There's my guy, right? Matt Randall with his taint play today. Smoking hot. We're looking forward to hearing that. We have Raul Rogers in the house. Brian Watson. Dan B says, what up, guys? Back from Atlantic City. Went on a crazy run all weekend for the birthday. Oh, that's great. Great. Love hearing that. Jeff Joseph saying, love the hockey board today. Actually, I've only got 4 plays that I'm on right now. Haven't made any bets yet, but I think that these are really nice spots that I'm backing right here. Jeff Morello, Julian Cesario, Lucky Lefty, Brad Summersell. Hail to the victors with a big dick energy play today. That's rolling. Leroy Flood, Robbie Tagaloa, Alex Ramirez, Red Girl, Art Hayes, Kobe Valentine says take FDU and Providence today against the spread. I will copy and paste that. Kobe, Adam Lastman, 8-2 yesterday. Beautiful. Nice work, Adam Lastman. Yeah, I felt like the NBA was pretty clear. If I hadn't made the mistake on the Suns, it would have been a very nice winning day in NBA. And it doesn't always work like that, but it seems like Mondays it does. And on the weekends, there's more volatility in the association. We'll be talking about that. Jeff Joseph liking the Jays hat. Bleds W ready to work. And Tom Marino seeing what I saw last night. Miami could be a sleeper team in the East if some teams have injuries. Wow, I don't know who would want to play them, and I hope it's not the Raptors, and I hope it is the Bucks, but we'll see if they end up in that 8 seed or not. Jensen says, yes, I took the Suns. Too bad. My fault. Sebastian Arnold said, did well yesterday. Open for another good day again today. Well put. Allison ready to rock. Ski Profit saying they're playing hard for D. Wade. Speaking of Ski Profit, another 2-0 night for him in the association. Great job. And could have been 3 if we'd have jumped on that Celtics under. But man, is Ski Profit straight fire. He does not need me. But we need him. And I can't wait to have him on the late show. Captain 24/7 ready to rock. Carlos Barosians, Cheesy Balls ready to rock. Steve Cordero ready to rock. Luis Chavez, Miranda ready to rock. Well, let's get to work. We got a ton of games to get through. Pappy Longwood ready to go. Says, Jimmy, I don't know if you do spring baseball, but the Marlins are killing it. 10 straight wins. Jesus, I didn't even know that. Paco Healy ready to roll. We got a great group. Von Polo ready to go. Okay, let's get right to work. Drew Daddy liking Louisville, loving Louisville, -5. That's a copy and paste right there. Jose Contreras ready to go. Let's get to work. Let's get through this NHL card, and we're going to hammer the NHL hard on this early show and then try to barely touch it on the late show. Focus on the association with my man Ski, and then have Maxwell Smart on the late show breaking down these college games. Every single game on the board will be capped over these 2 shows. Let's get to work. Bruins at Islanders. To me, the Bruins have too many injuries. Too many injuries. Now, they're playing still good hockey. Everybody watched them beat the Jackets 2-1 in overtime and on Saturday night, and McGregor was there to give them all inspiration, as he does. It doesn't matter to me. I just feel like even with Johnny Boychuk, who might be back in the lineup for this game, I'm going to take the Islanders at home here. I feel that there's just too much value on the Islanders at home. I just feel that way. So let's break it down here. So we have Rask versus Grice. Grice is playing out of his mind right now. We'll break down goals per game, power play, goals allowed, all that in a second. But let's talk. First off, David Pastrnak missed 16 games with an injured left thumb. Going to be back on the ice for the Bruins. Supposed to be back on the ice. That doesn't necessarily help a team the first game back. They obviously want him back. But, you know, he's missed 16 games in a row. Marchand and Bergeron are going to try to give him the puck probably a little more than they should just to get him comfortable and rolling again. I'm off of that. Paco Healy says Golden Knights, holy shit, are humming. Well, they're the best team in the NHL right now. I mean, they look even better than the Lightning. Oh, I wish I didn't have so many futures on the Flames and Sharks with the way they're playing. Gin Rummy says under 5.5 minus 108. Guys, look where it is now. Remember, Gin Rummy sent us all that yesterday. Let's go over what Gin Rummy sent us yesterday, where I have it copied and pasted here. So he said, Islanders, why don't we quickly do that just to show Gin Rummy, and because this is a team, we work together as a team, and Gin Rummy gave us these plays. Let's take a quick look at what Gin Rummy gave us yesterday. So first off, he gave us the under 5.5 in this game. Sorry, let's go to NHL at sbrodds.com. He gave us the under 5.5. Sorry, money lines and totals. Under 5. Oh, God, let me just go into totals. How about that? Sorry. Under 5.5 here. And now it's minus 133, minus 137 at BetOnline. Unbelievable. Then he gave us the Hurricanes under 6.5 at minus 104. And he still beat that line move. That's minus 113, minus 115. Predators under 6.5. He got a plus line there. It's now minus 106 to minus 110. And Flames under 6.5 at minus 105. And he beat that by 5 cents. Wow. Shout out to Gin Rummy. Just love that. This is teamwork. He's giving us these plays a day early. Way to go. God, I love that shit. Okay, let's keep rolling along here. David Pastrnak coming back. Still tied for the team lead with 31 goals. Third with 66 points, 56 games. He was leading the NHL in power play goals. And remember, this is a thumb injury. So his one-timers, his shot is not going to be where it was to lead the league in NHL, or lead the power play goals. So they're missing 3 of their top 6 defensemen. They have Krug in concussion protocol. Kevin Miller week to week with an upper body injury. And Grizzlechick is still out, but close to returning with an arm injury. Also, the oft-injured Marcus Johansson out with a lung contusion. So, to me, that says that we're getting value on the Islanders right now. Value on the Islanders. Islanders coming off 3-2 overtime win in Minnesota on Sunday. That came on the heels of a 2-1 loss to Detroit on Saturday. Grice playing spectacularly well. NHL's first star of the week. 3-1-0, 1.25 goals against average, .959 save percentage. And he faced the most shots in the NHL over that span, too. Boychuk close to returning. As I said, they're still missing Zickis. Missed the last 2 games with a lower body injury. And Allison says Knights are a bet on team. Back-to-back puck line wins. Are they ever? Are they ever? And saying all that, Kate Pesky says Crosby will not let this continue. He will inspire the team tonight and get a hat trick. Exactly the spot I wait for. Pens money line parlay with the Cavs puck line. Wow, Kate Pesky, that's, I absolutely love hearing your insights, but we are going to be going head-to-head because I'm backing the Hurricanes in this spot. This is the biggest game of the entire season for Carolina. We'll get to that. But we're going to be going heads up in that spot. And you got Moss hilarious. I said Jazz by 25. My bad, y'all. You were damn right about Moss or about Jazz. Man, I should have jumped on that. Would have had an even better day. Okay. Remmo says Leonard's likely first off a morning skate. Wow. I did not want to hear that, Rem. Wow, I did not want to hear that. Well, that makes me not want to jump on the Islanders. Wow. Thank you for letting me know that. You know what? Then that's just going to... Thank you, Rem. And this is the teamwork I'm talking about. I do not want... And Leonard's been great all year. And you're not supposed to lose your job because of an injury, but I need Grice. Wow. Thank you very much, Ren. Jeff Joseph says on the Canes too. Yeah, we'll break that game down. I'm with you, Jeff. Wow. Thank you, Rem. Okay, I'm going to hold off on the Islanders play, and I'm not going to take him if Robin Lehner's in the in net. Just not going to take him. Again, when you're dealing with guys, he got treatment for alcoholism in the summer. He's also got treatment for bipolar disorder in the summer, and now he's had a bunch of days off with an injury, and you just don't want to jump on him at this point. Bleds W says Bruins puck line. You got Moss says 5 days ago back. You said Penn's future. Pens are the best team in the NHL. Yeah, I did. They were playing great. Now they have Malcolm hurt, and this is the biggest game. I'm not taking the Hurricanes in any futures. I love my Penn spot 20-1 and 11-1, but that doesn't mean I need to bet them every night. I mean, What that, yes, that's what I said. You got Moss. Right now, I think Vegas is the best team in the NHL after what I saw last night. But yeah, is there a team with more value than Pittsburgh? Maybe Vegas. I think Pittsburgh has a ton of value. And I'm going to take the Hurricanes to beat them tonight. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not taking the Hurricanes to win the Stanley Cup. All right, let's keep rolling. Red Wings, Rangers. This is a couple bad teams. Lucky Lefty says, Jimmy, give my family a shout out. Fire and Green. First time watching the show. Lucky Lefty watching. What a great family. Lucky Lefty, what a great family watching a capping show, capping sports together as all families should. Shout out to the Fire, shout out to the Greens, shout out to Lucky Lefty. Maxwell Smart says, I emptied fluids in a variety of ladies of the night. My pockets are emptied. Great job, Maxwell Smart. NJIT got it. NJIT paid some bills for us. And Jim Rummy says, careful yesterday. Your sides were kind of off from value side. Canucks plus 210 was great. You know what? I'm going to fade the Canucks. The Canucks have been a bad team to fade. But with their injury problems, I just felt like the Blackhawks were rolling. Yeah, my sides were off. Yesterday, I hit on the under 6.5. I've had 2 6-0 days in the last 12 gambling days. 2 of them I've had 6-0. So yeah, I went 1-2 yesterday. All right. King Who says, yeah, it's one game, Jimmy. Depends on the spot if you want to bet Hurricanes, Jimmy. Yeah, absolutely. Yo-Yo Street says, told y'all Raps win easy. Mistakes. I went 5-3 in NBA and should have gone 7-2 had I made a couple different mistakes. Marilu Navida says, let's talk NCAA basketball. You're going to have to wait 33 minutes for that, Marilu Navida. 33 minutes for that right now, and then we're going to hammer it most of the late show, so I apologize if that's not what you're looking for. Shout out to Vegas Gun in the house and Joy Jack rolling. Okay. Kate Kasky says, Canes are playing great and really wanted to back them right now for sure, but it's a spot. Penn sneak out a convincing road win. Gut feeling. Hey, I hear that. And in America, gin rummy like Todd Petkoff, they just keep you sharp and keep you straight. And I absolutely love their insights, and I have nothing wrong with the way that that they handle it, because they just, Gin Rummy is a sharp guy, and he's just keeping me straight. So let's go. Cool. We got to keep a brisker pace here. Okay. Red Wings, Rangers, Howard, Lundqvist. These are 2 bad hockey teams, and I don't want to back either of them. Red Wings coming off a 2-1 win at home over the Islanders on Saturday night. Athanasiou continues to play good hockey. The Red Wings are going to be a bet-on team next year. I love their big young forwards, but I'm not going to back them this year. Also, the Red Wings beat the Islanders 2-1, but were outshot 42-22. Wings snapped a 4-game losing streak. They're just 2-9-3 over their last 14, seeking consecutive wins for the first time since February 12th to 14th. 6-game road losing streak, dealing with injuries. Mike Green done for the season with that virus that he had at the beginning of the year. Top 4 D-man Trevor Daley, day-to-day with upper body injury. He might be back today. So might Erickson, who's day-to-day with a lower body injury. But Abdelkader likely done for the rest of the year. Hairline fracture in his leg. Rangers coming off 0-3-1 Western road trip. They did not look good. Finished it with a 5-2 loss to Minnesota on Saturday. Rangers had 1 shot on their 2 power plays. They're 1 for 25 with the extra man right now. Lucky Lefty says Rangers. And Jim Rummy says, that's cool, man. Just be careful against heavy numbers. Canucks and the Hawks are kind of same caliber teams. And the streaks were here to blind people. No, that's a great call. Absolutely great call. Gate Pasquis says, Rangers, puck line lean. I hear that, but I'm holding off. I don't want to back either of these teams. Rangers are a healthy squad. They're just missing that 2017 first rounder, Philip Chittle. Rangers have lost 11 of 13. They're getting goals not getting goals, They're getting no production from Zibanejad and Kreider. It's much harder to create offense when you don't have Zuccarello and Hayes to help. Chicago Kid says, big hockey card, Jimmy, let's get paid. And Allison saying, Red Girl, you've been killing it. I want a tail. But totals give me heart attacks. I understand that. Sweaty Butcher coming out 4-0 night. Beautiful in NBA. Love it. Okay, here's a spot I am on. And I'm only taking the money line here. Let's just pull it up. Canadians at Flyers. The total is at 6. And let's go to money lines because that's what I will be taking here. Chicago Kid on the Rangers money line. Mr. Goxer says Rangers are being bad. The Rangers have a lot more value at home, but I don't want to jump on it. Okay, Rayhan Hyder says, can't wait till the NBA. Hottest month of my life. Love hearing that, Rayhan. Get down to Costa Rica so we can party again, Rayhan. Okay, Philly. I'm taking Philly on the money line. Again, I think there's just a lot of value here. No need for me to take him on the -1.5. The worst I'm getting is -116 at Pinnacle, -120 at Bovada. But you can get a -113 at Bookmaker. I'm backing the Flyers here. They're just playing good hockey. And I'm going to back them. They earned a 2-1 win Sunday on the road against the Pens, stayed within 6 points of that final playoff berth, which they probably aren't going to get, and I will owe $100 to Tom Marino and Tomor. Van Riemsdyk tied the game with 18.8 seconds left. Couturier won it with 3.4 seconds left. Carter Hart stopped 41 shots. Flyers' 23rd ranked power play is struggling. Gostis Bear on defense just isn't the quarterback of the power play that we imagined he would become. They went 0-3. They're a healthy squad. Canadians are still in the mix for this final playoff berth. Fell 2-0 at home to Chicago. 4th loss in the last 5 games. They did outshoot the Hawks badly, 48-24, but they have no power play whatsoever. Dead last in the NHL. Went 0-4 against the Blackhawks. They're completely healthy. Tomer said Drew looked horrible against Pittsburgh. He's been sick. I'd lean under. Both teams are struggling to score. He has been sick, but he's been playing through it like a leader, and he's supposedly getting better at this point. I am jumping on the Philadelphia Flyers on the money line here. Just think there's a ton of value with the Flyers at home against the Habs team that is better than they look. I know they're a small team with not a lot of offense, and I've lost money fading them this year, but I'm going to fade them again, getting minus 113 at Bookmaker. Now we get to this big spot that we're talking about. Penguins, Hurricanes. I'm taking the Hurricanes minus 1.5. This is the biggest game of the season for the Hurricanes by far. Shout out to Elio Top Set. Thank you for the love. Gate Pasquis says Flyers puck line. They are playing solid and confident. Mr. Gokes are on the Philly money line. I've been noticing how many 1-goal games there are lately, and it has scared me off some of the puck line situations I was taking earlier in the year. And it was so funny on that Thursday 6-0 day that I had. I was beating myself up for taking 2 money lines, and they both cashed. It was the Jets was one of them, and I forget the other right now, but it was 2 money lines at around this minus 115, minus 20, and they both won by 1 goal. I'm just going to keep this. Thomas said Flyers, a bad team, heavily outshot against Philadelphia. Montreal is struggling to score, though. I hear that. Jim Rami says basically taking the Flyers implies you are tossing up the Habs. Not much games left. Yeah, I just don't believe in the Habs right now, and now it's playoff mode for all these teams, and I think a smaller team will struggle down the stretch. Adam Lastman says Flyers win 3-2. Okay, let's talk about Hurricanes minus 1.5 and Mrazek, how spectacular he's been playing lately. I expect that he's going to be in net. And Mr. Goku said puck lines got me in the AHL too, Jimmy. It's weird. It's strange. This doesn't happen to me usually. I don't get scared around this time of year to take puck lines, but just the 1-goal games are coming in, and I'm going to hammer it. Don Reacher says, I'm in Foxwoods heading to my noon poker game. Going to lay off NHL to the weekend. Won't bet sports till Thursday. Dom, get that cash at Foxwoods. Speaking of poker, we are doing our big poker tournament this Monday with Bovada. The winner of our poker tournament, free to enter, the winner gets an all-expenses paid trip for 2 to Minnesota for the Final Four and championship game. 4 nights hotel, spending cash, flights, games, everything. That is this Monday, the 25th, Bovada. I will be in the tournament as well. Beautiful, beautiful, big prize. Shout out to Joseph Mondaldo, ready to go. And you got Monsters, Pens are just too good. Give me the puck line. This is the biggest game of the year for this Hurricane squad. And Nino Niederreiter was a great pickup. This guy is so much talent and size, and he just doesn't always put it together. But he's putting it together right now. 22 points in 25 games since joining the Hurricanes. Young, fast, great player. This is the second game of a 5-game homestand for the Hurricanes. They began it by winning 4-2 against Buffalo on Saturday night. I'm going to like them throughout this homestand. Pens are in 3rd place in the Met with 88 points. Hurricanes are right behind them with 85 points. This is the start of a 4-game road trip for the Penguins. Pittsburgh 6-2-1 across the last 9 games. They're going to have to continue this without Malkin. They brought up Teddy Bluger, 2012 second-round pick out of Latvia. And they did get Brian Rust back. And also Phil Kessel. For all the shit Phil Kessel takes, 319th consecutive game for the Penguins. I mean, we're not talking about, the range of, Steve Larmer, Gary Unger, and Doug Jarvis, but 319 straight games for that fatty Phil Kessel. Very, very impressive. For a man whose sister skates circles around him, 319 straight games for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Shout out to Phil Kessel. All right, I'm backing here. I am backing this Carolina Hurricane squad, but I'm not going to take them on the money line. It's just too juiced, but I will take a minus 1.5 here. Getting a big score here, plus 185, plus 187 at Heritage. Heritage is giving us the best spot on this card, minus 1.5 at plus 187. There we go. Let's roll. Okay, let's keep rolling along here. Capitals, Devils. Tom Marino has told us all year long how much value the Capitals are giving us on the road. And to me, this is another situation. This is an absolutely... Kobe says Phil Kessel eats street meat, keeps him in shape. I get it. I get it. I'm going to roll with the Capitals here on the puck line. I just think there's too much value, even though they're on the road. They're playing good hockey. They got to watch the taste of that 6-3 loss to the Lightning. I know they have the Lightning again, I believe, tomorrow. But I think they take care of business here against this Devils team that's just beaten up. But they do have the Lightning tomorrow, don't they? Dan B says, why not the regulation line? I like the big scores. I always have. I go for the big scores. That's what's up. Remo says, Blackwood confirmed for New Jersey. I get it, but I'm not going to hammer it here. And America says, Jimmy, how do we sign up for the poker tournament on Monday? Is there a deposit bonus code or something? I'll get the more information on that right away for you, and America. You got Moss says, Devils finally hit bottom. That's the way I see it, too. Even though the Caps have another game tomorrow, it's very big that they start rolling. Torino says, I'm on the over. Devils can score, but the defense sucks. Both teams are playing fast. Mr. Ghost says, I don't like Washington on back-to-back. I get that. Sonny Cruz, no, we are going to be hammering NBA shortly, and then we're going to hammer it here, and then we're also going to hammer it on the Late Show with none other than Ski Profit. Caps are 8-2-0 over their past 10. You're right. I mean, it does make me a little uncomfortable that the Caps have such a big game tomorrow, but they need wins. They need wins, and I'm still getting, money's coming in on the Caps, so I'm getting a plus 127 or a plus 125. I just feel like I need to jump on it. Don Regis says, if I was betting, I'd play the over in the Caps. And Jim Rummy says, I wouldn't step in front of heavy home dogs these days. Well, let's talk about whether or not I should. So, Ovechkin, 2 more goals, leads the NHL with 48, on the verge of his 850 goal season, 246 career power play goals. That ties him with Phil Esposito for 5th in the league. What a guy. We're so lucky we get to watch this guy. Gate Pass Key says, Caps puck line simple. That's the way I see it right now. Washington's getting scoring beyond the Ovechkin line. And I understand why Jim Rummy thinks there is no value here, but I guess I still feel, even at this time of year, that there are simple plays to make in the NHL. Tomia says Capitals need to take control of the division. I don't see them losing. Remo says Holtby probably sits tonight and plays tomorrow. You're right. Remos, you're right. I bet you they announced Copley is going to be, and we're going to get Copley and Net will get a better line. Interesting. Verana and Wilson each got their 20th goals of the season. Verana is a good player. Wow. Connolly has 19, Backstrom 18, Kuznetsov 18. They're completely healthy. The thing about the Jets for me is they're coming back off a 6-game road trip, and that's tough, opening up a 4-game homestand after a 6-game road trip. They went 2-4 on the trip, ended 3-0 to the Avalanche on Sunday, so they had no time. They flew out Monday, and now they have to play. To me, I just feel like it's a very bad travel situation for the Devils, and I'm going to fade them here. You got Moss says Caps can't mess around. They take care of business early. Caps first period. Caps first period does make sense. But I think the Caps take care of business in this game. But you're right. I think Copley will be announced, and I'll get a better line. So that's what I'm going to do. I think that's a great call from Rem Most. Rem Most has really helped me today. I'm going to stay off the puck line at this point. Nasty Nate says, I don't bet NHL, but I'm on the Capitals. Don Reach says, if you think Holtby would be out, I'd take the over now. That does make sense, taking the over now. But the Devils can't play run and gun with this Capital squad. Let's see what this total is. A lot of guys liking the total here in New Jersey, Washington. And it's a 6. It's a 6. And you're right. If Copley's in net, that is appealing. I'll jump with you guys. I'll jump with you guys right now. Getting an over 6, minus 110 at Heritage. I am going to take the Capitals 1.5, but I'm going to wait. Copley's announced. Harry Dubitsky says Blackwood very solid. He can be, and he certainly was before this road trip. Blackwood's a really good young goaltender. They're lucky to have him. But the Capitals are just rolling healthy. The Devils have, you want to talk injuries? Now, we'll see if any of these guys come back, because now they're back home. But no Taylor Hall, no Pavel Zacha, no Hischier, no Miles Wood, Jesper Bratt, Nathan Bastian, Curtis Gabriel out of the forward lineup. But no Sami Vatanen. Whatever illness he has is much worse than was initially announced. Him and Mirko Mueller are both back. Now, he could be back. But I'm just going to stick with this spot here on the over 6, minus 110. And I will take the Capitals minus 1.5 at some point. Now we get to the Oilers, Blues, Koskinen, Binnington. Blues just 1 win in their last 5, just a 2-point lead on the Dallas Stars for 3rd place in the Central Division. One last look about the total, and I know I'm going so fast, so I'm skipping over a lot of the important things, but the Devils do have a very good penalty kill, 4th in the league at 83.9%, but the Capitals power play starting to get hot again, 21.8%, 9th in the league. And I don't like how strong the Devils' PK is, but is it that strong without Sammy Vatanen? That's the question. Oilers, Blues. Blues, 1 win in their last 5. Coming off 4-3 shootout loss in Buffalo on Sunday. Their struggles coincide with Vladimir Tarasenko going down with that upper body injury. He's going to be reevaluated in 10 days. That falls tomorrow. So we'll hope to have more information shortly. This Blues squad also, Binnington has to be getting tired at this point in the season. He's still 17-4-1, 1.77 goals against average, 931 save percentage, 5 shutouts in 22 games. That's just absolutely unbelievable. This Blues team also missing Joel Edmondson and Carl Gunnarsson. Oilers are coming off a 6-3 loss Sunday in Vegas. They're now 7 points back, 2-3-0 in their past 5. McDavid, 2 assists. He's now the first NHL player with 8 straight multi-point games since LeCavalier in 2007. 3 points shy of his career high at 108. This Oilers team is a healthy group. Harry Dubitsky liking the first period over in Devils Washington. And Jim Remy says, be my guest, Jimmy. We'll learn the huge favor is not a good proposition. Still finish 2-2 on this Devils road trip for good profit. But they were 2-4 on the road trip. Oh, I guess you only bet on 4 times. Hey, listen, Jim Remy, I have a ton of respect for your capping. Don't get it twisted. I have a ton of respect. Gate Pasquis says, with a bunch of odd man breaks, there is not a goalie in the show that could keep the Caps under 5 goals. Jersey gives up a bunch of odd man breaks and win puck line and over total. I think so. And we'll see tomorrow, Jim Remy. But I'm not taking it yet because I do think I'll get a better line as soon as they announce Copley is in net. Okay. Let's keep rolling. And Tomer says, disagree, Jim. Capitals are far better than Jersey. I think the line should be minus 350 or minus 400. And it probably would be if they were at home. And Tomer's been talking about the value that we can get off of this, taking the Caps on the road. And here we got Oilers at Blues. And I agree with you. Adam Lastman says, I like Oilers. The Oilers are in must-win situation. And the Blues just aren't playing great hockey right now. What would we get on this Oilers squad here if we jumped on the money line? A huge score. Wow, Dom the Don in the house. Wow, a huge score. Mr. Gokster liking Edmonton money line. That's just too big of a score to pass up. I'm with you guys. I'm going to jump on the Oilers as well. That is just too big a score for this healthy squad. Oilers money line, that's just huge. Look at that. Plus 185, are you kidding me? At 5 dimes, I'll take that. Good call, guys. Thank you for the help, Adam and Gokster. Plus 185. That's just too big to pass up. Sorry, plus 185. Bag it. Book it. You got Moss says, Jimmy, you love the Oilers. You know, I despise them. I despise them. I despise both Alberta teams more than any other team. Maybe the Habs. Maybe I despise all 3 of those teams the most. But I do like betting them. I think they give us a ton of value down the stretch. And I've taken them on the puck line a couple times recently and lost. But I think I've still made money over. I'd have to go over my numbers, but I still think I've made money overall. Sebastian Arnold says plus 180. Bet online. Great number. And Harry Dubitsky says if Oilers win games going over, not necessarily, but it's a 5.5. I don't think there's something wrong with it. I think that's a fine spot. And Adam Moreira says Jimmy loves the Oilers. Alex Moreira says you don't think the Blues win. The Blues just aren't playing good hockey right now. And I don't think they should be trusted. I think they end up in a wild card spot. They need Jaden Schwartz is just not the offensive dynamo that we thought he was going to be. And that's what's up. Okay, let's keep rolling along here. Leafs at Predators. The Leafs are in the obvious bounce-back spots, but the market sees that. What are you going to get, plus 110 on the Leafs? That's not what I want. The Predators actually give you the most value. But when this Leafs team is being shit on in the media, that's when they step up. I'm staying off of this game at this point. But the Predators' 30th rate power play is going to hurt them and hurt them and hurt them and hurt them. Shout out to Nick the Slick. Leafs coming off an embarrassing 6-2 loss at Ottawa on Saturday night. They have to step up. And Remo says, yes, Oilers fans hate the Canucks as well. Hey, at least you guys have cops, man. Come on. They've allowed 23 goals, losing the last 3 of 4 games, this Leafs team. Morgan Riley became the 3rd defenseman in Maple Leafs history to reach 20 goals. So I was like, who are these guys that have hit 20 goals? I thought, obviously, got to be Borje Salming, Thomas Caberlet. Neither of them did. I couldn't believe it. I had to look this up. Al Iafrate, which probably would have been one of my guesses, but Ian Turnbull from the late 70s. Ian Turnbull, Al Iafrate only Leafs to get 20 goals in a season. Travis Dermott, shoulder injury. Jake Gardiner, back, remain out of the lineup. Kasperi Kapanen has a concussion. He missed the game in Ottawa. He practiced Monday. He's expected to be back in the lineup. Their 4th-line center, Frederic Gauthier, has a foot injury, will not play. Predators are returning home after defeating the Sharks 4-2 on Saturday. It was a big, big game. big win for them. Ryan Johansson said, I think looking at our situation, where we want to go, where we want to get to, you can put that under the biggest win of the season for sure. Victor Arvidsson is rolling 31 goals this season despite missing 21 games with a thumb injury. They're still missing depth forwards in Zach Ronaldo and Mika Salomaki. Also Dan Hamhuis, who plays about 10 minutes a game these days, out on IR. And iRetro Star says, what's good, my brother? I told you NJIT at the half was easy money. Hey, that saved me. That saves me. It was a doubling up on NJIT. Thank you, my man. That was a nice spot here. Okay. Mr. Gokster says Leafs have big-time goalie issues along with D. I think they're going to be fine. Frederik Andersen should be fine, I think. But I'm going to... they're just a dangerous squad right now. So I'm going to be staying off that spot. Okay, we're almost done the NHL card. We're going to break into NBA shortly here, but we have Avalanche at Wild. A Wild, to me, have to be the play, but no Joel Eriksson X still. It looks like he could come back from his lower body injury. They need him. Also, Matt Dumba's practicing. Finally got on the ice after his surgery. There's a pectoral injury. Finally back on the ice. The guy's an absolute stud. Richie Rich says Toronto all the way today. Harry Dubitsky likes Preds team total under. That's interesting. Tom Marino says Toronto's defense look bad. Idling Nashville team total over 3.5. And I get that. I get that, but I'm going to stay off of it at this point. Wild coming off 3-2 home loss to the Islanders on Sunday night. 4th loss in 5 games, 6-8. They're right behind Arizona for the second wild card. 3 points ahead of the Avalanche. I just feel like they're just a better hockey team than this Avs team. Avs not looking good. 4 of the Avalanche's last 5 games have been shutouts. 2 where they won and 2 where they lost. Grubauer is playing good hockey. McKinnon goal and assist Sunday, 91 points now. Just the second Avalanche player to record 90-point seasons. Landeskog out with upper body injury, as we know. 4 to 6 weeks recovery period. Rembo says Grubauer confirmed. I mean, Grubauer's playing good hockey. There's no doubt about it. But I just think the Wild are just a better hockey team. And you're getting a pretty nice spot, minus 129. I have a lean to these Wild, but I don't think I'm going to make a move on it quite yet. They've just been so bad at home all year, 15, 15, and 7. I'm going to stay off it at that point, but definitely lean and maybe make a move on it. Okay, let's keep rolling along here. Panthers Stars, Montembeault should be back in net, 4-1-1, 2.50 goals against, 900 save percentage, playing really, really good hockey. And Bobano was the one who tipped us off on what kind of a stud Montembeault is going to be. And he sure he's sure playing the role. Stars are just 2 points out of 3rd place in the Central Division. But this Panthers team is rolling right now, and I don't want to fade them. But Kate Pasky says, Dallas Puckline, don't trust Florida. Way too inconsistent of a team. But they can get goals. They can get goals. And I'm just hesitant right now to back this Dallas team when they need to win 3-1. That's the type of games they win. They're coming off a 3-2 shootout loss to Vancouver on Sunday. Another situation when they couldn't get the big goals. Ben Bishop did not play. He's not going to be playing again. They're still without Zuccarello and Pitlick. Florida heads to Dallas on the heels of a 3-2 loss at Anaheim on Sunday, but that was the second game of a road back-to-back. This is going to be their 3rd game in 4 nights. That's tough, but now they've had a bit of rest. Panthers had a 4-game winning streak. They're playing good. They outshoot Anaheim 39-22. They're 9-4-4 over the past 17. Huberdeau moved past Viktor Kozlov, franchise record for most assists in a single season at 55. Who would have thought Kozlov would have that record? I was shocked at that as well. Huberdeau already has 78 points. Florida's missing depth forwards, Malgin and McKenzie. Tormino says Florida's a great team to bet as a dog. High-scoring, high-variance team. I agree, but Richie Rich says Dallas 4-1 puck line last 5, but that minus 150 is too high. I agree that minus 150 is too high. I guess I do have a slight lean to the Panthers, but definitely not going to make a move at this point. And then we have the final game on this card before the NBA. We break down NBA. Blue Jackets at Flames. Bobrovsky versus Riddick. Bobrovsky's playing very well. Blue Jackets coming off very tough back-to-back. They look good now. They win 3-0 home over Hurricanes on Friday, then lose 2-1 in overtime on Saturday night. They're 3-1-1 over their past 5. Blue Jackets, 10 games left, 1 point back of Carolina, 4 back of Pittsburgh, and Montreal is 3 back behind them. Jackets practice without Ryan Zingle, who they picked up off the Senators. He took a heavy hit from Chara. And Foligno's out for personal reasons. We don't know why their captain's not in the lineup. So no Zingle. Well, Zingle day-to-day, he could be there. But no Foligno. Flames had their 3-game winning streak snapped Saturday. And they played better than it looked. They lose 2-1 to Jets, but no Sean Monahan, who's, I know Johnny Hockey's so important, but Sean Monahan might be the most important spot on this whole team. James Neal also out Monday with lower body injury. Sam Bennett also hurt. Neil skated. He could be back in the lineup, but he'll probably be back on Thursday. Jim Rummy says, I agree, unders in the last 3-4 Stars games, but not tonight. Panthers lose on both sides. Interesting. Is Monahan in, says Mr. Gokster? Yes. Well, we don't know. But I expect Monahan to be in, but, you know, it's an illness, so we'll have to wait. And Mr. Gokster says, same with Bennett. I heard Bennett's hurt, though, so I'm not sure about Bennett. But that's a tough spot for the Flames. So if there's no Monahan, I'll take the Jackets. Flames need this win. Bleds W is on the Flames. And Sebastian Arnold says, what do y'all think of NHL 3-way? Oilers at plus 245. I like it. I like it. But without Tarasenko in the lineup for the Blues, the Oilers will have a distinct advantage in overtime or a shootout. So actually, I wouldn't take it. When I have a team with a distinct advantage in overtime or a shootout, I stick with them. And without Tarasenko, there's no need to take him in regulation. So you're getting too big of a... You're getting a plus 185 on the money line. I don't think there's a need for that extra score. Shout out to Jorge. Don't play in business. All right, so that's my NHL card right now. Let's move on to NBA. With my NHL card, I want the Islanders, but I don't want Lehner. So shout out to Rem Mose for letting me know that. If that's announced, I probably won't take the Islanders. Then Red Wings Rangers is a stay off for me. I'm on the Flyers money line at minus 113. I'm on the Hurricanes minus 1.5 at plus 187. I'm on the over 6 in Capitals Devils. I will take the Capitals minus 1.5, but I do want to see if Copley's in the lineup to get a better score. Then I'm on the Oilers money line with Richie Rich at plus 185. Also Gokster liking Columbus in that Calgary matchup. And then Leafs Predators, I'm off. Dangerous spot. Avalanche Wild, I think I may jump on the Wild. But I think I just want a little bit more time to make sure I was going to jump on that. And then Panthers, I do have a slight lean to the Panthers, but it's a third game in 4 nights is a little dangerous. I just erase the L beside the Panthers. I'm not going to jump on them after study, I don't think. And then Blue Jackets Flames need to know if Monahan and Bennett are back. And if they're not back, the Jackets probably are the play. And that's that. Beautiful. All right, let's break down this NBA. Shout out for Need, my man Need for tips. Says, hey buddy, nice shirt. Yeah, I'm rocking Ski Life. My man Ski Profit will be on the late show, and hopefully he's still with us to break down these games today. Lamont Williams says, my max bet, Prairie View, Farley Dickinson, full game over 150. Man, I was on that over with Prairie View and Grambling to get into this spot in the finals there, to get this opportunity for the playing game, and man, 51 points in the first half, and I believe 101 in the second half to get to that over. It was nuts, and I needed it badly. But let's talk NBA right now. Ian Monet saying 76ers minus 1, Pacers plus 5, two-team NBA. I read Star says Philly looks too good to be true, even though Hornets play better at home. I don't understand the line. The line's that way because there's no Joel Embiid. But let's start. Should we start there? Let's start there. Sixers at Hornets. Sixers coming off their 4th straight win. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. 130-125 win at Milwaukee on Sunday. Also, this Bucks team does not look as scary with some injuries creeping in, but we'll talk about that. Tomino says flat spot for Philadelphia off the big win. Milwaukee and Charlotte desperate. I'm not betting that game. Spartan King of Texas says time for some NBA. Let's get it. Hey, we're rolling in NBA. We're on a really nice roll on NBA. I'm hitting an NBA. You know, because of those 2 6-0 days, I'm probably around the same in NHL, but it feels like other than those 2 6-0 days that I'm losing marginally most of these days in NHL. Robert Gilmore says, I am on Sixers. Enid Monet says, yeah, but no Zeller or Parker. Charlotte got no chance. I tend to agree that Zeller is a huge loss, especially if you want to get Boban running. Zeller would be great at that. Let's go to NBA here at SBRodds.com. Let's go to spreads and totals, and let's see what we're dealing with. Philadelphia at Charlotte. Philadelphia opening at -1, now -1.5. Total opening at 224. It's still at 224, but it's creeping down, and Pinnacle's leading the way down at 223. Tom Marino says, Charlotte sucks, but they will be desperate here. I'd lean Charlotte early. Nick the Slick on the 76ers money line. And Matt Randall coming in with the same play today. That's a copy and paste that I will be sharing when we get to the college basketball section. All right, let's go. And we do have Ski Profit in the house, which is beautiful. So Ski Profit can help us in the chat and will be joining us. And Walla Walla Doe says, Jersey in the house. Elias Flores, Philly Parlay Flyers. I like it. Philly Parlay Flyers, Sixers. I like that. Okay, let's keep moving on this NBA card right now. Sixers, Hornets. Philadelphia looking to complete a 4-game sweep of Charlotte. We saw what happened when the Rockets tried to do that with the Warriors. That's probably apples and oranges, so we don't even need to bring that up. Now, Tobias Harris in that lineup, in that starting lineup with Embiid, Butler, Redick, and Simmons, they've been together just 7 times, and they will not be together again tonight. They're 6-1 when they're together. Charlotte coming off a disaster. 93-75 loss at Miami. Season low in points. They have to come back. Also, Campbell was terrible. 4 for 16 from the field, 10 points. Very easy to defend this Charlotte team late because we know there is only one person. Oh, wow. NBA news, LeBron out. Thank you, Miss J, for letting us know. No LeBron tonight. Wow, that's great, Miss J. Love this stuff. Love all the help we're getting from the chat. Okay, let's keep rolling along here. Charlotte collapsed in the fourth quarter against Miami. 3 for 16 from the field. They missed all 8 threes. They've now lost 3 of 4, 8 of 11. No Tony Parker. When I see that no Tony Parker in the lineup, you have to think that, are they tanking? Are they even trying anymore? When Tony Parker's on the floor, it allows Kemba to play off the ball. And when Kemba plays off the ball, it's not this stagnant offense that's so easy to defend. And I know a lot about stagnant offenses watching DeRozan in an ISO every time the Raptors needed a basket for the last 8 years. We got Lamont Williams coming in with a play of the day. I am copying and pasting that. And we will bring it up in the college basketball section. Well, I have to say that with Tony Parker being announced out, I think the Hornets are giving up on that last playoff spot. I don't know if they're actually going to bounce back. Tomino says Parker's old. I think he's just hurt. Is he? I don't know. Ski Prophet says, Jimmy, no Tony Parker, no Hornets. I think we go right back to the Sixers. I think they're going to start rolling. I'm not going to make the move yet. Shout out to Noli Knows back in action. I'll wait till I can break this game down with Ski on the late show, but right now, I am certainly leaning towards this Sixers squad. Let's move on to Rockets-Hawks. Now, I had the Hawks the last time these two teams matched up. I was down at Sheridan, down here in Costa Rica. I watched that game. Trae Young played out of his mind. He was hitting bombs like Steph Curry. Now, he stopped. It was as soon as that quadruple overtime, 49-point game for Trae, his offense is sort of dried up. I would like to take the Hawks here at home, but I'm hesitant because Trae Young is not delivering the goods. Shout out to Lamont Williams. I will share all of your goods when we get into college basketball. Great guy. iRetrostar said, Jimmy, this line might go up if you don't make the move. Rayhan Hyder says, Sixers as a road favorite with no Embiid, not seeing the value. I hear that, Rayhan, and I'm not making the move yet. Ronaldo Pettis is on the Sixers money line. And the big guy Bubba in the house. Love the big guy Bubba. My man Bubba says, Parker certainly old. I like the Sixers here for sure. Let's keep rolling here. Shout out to Ragu in the house. Thomas says, Hawks should have covered against Orlando last game. They've been undervalued. I don't see Houston getting up for this game. Melvin Batanz says, Hawks win outright. Wow. And Dom Ricci talking about that Hofstra game. I can't wait to break that down. Thomas said, I lean Atlanta. Collins back has made a big difference. He has. And that's the reason why they didn't cover against Orlando. Foul trouble all game long. Couldn't get into a rhythm. What did he end up playing? Where is it? He ended up playing 20 minutes. This is a guy who's absolutely rolling right now. Ski Prophet leaning Hawks. Houston coming off their 11th win in 12 games. 117-102 at home over the Wolves. Chris Paul came up big for the Rockets. 25 points. Career high 6 threes, 10 assists. Harden came in dinged up, right? Strained neck from Friday. He still played 31 minutes, 20 and 10, but he's hurting. And that makes sense that you guys want to back this Rockets squad here. Brian B says, leaning Rockets, guys. And Adam Lastman liking Hawks. Harden averaging 35.9, but he's averaged just 25 in his last 3. Clearly, there's something wrong with his body right now, and he probably needs a break. Drew Daddy saying strong lean to the over. Let's take a quick look at the spreads and totals in this game here. Houston opening up at -7.5, now -8. Total opening up 230.5, now 231.5. I wonder if this is a spot where they do rest Harden. Chris Paul is rolling, as I said, hit 6 threes last game. On pace to average 15 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, fewer than 33 minutes in 3 of 4 seasons. A feat no other player has accomplished. 15, 8, and 4 in less than 33. Who cares? Is that a big deal? I mean, Ice Cube fucks around, gets a triple-double. Houston will be playing the first of a back-to-back road game. So there's going to be players on time restrictions, minute restrictions. Rockets have been a strong road team. 5 straight, 9 of their last 12 away from the Toyota Center. Rockets have made at least 23s, 13 straight games. Now, the Hawks coming off their second loss in a row, it was all because of Collins' foul trouble. That's how important this guy is to this team. They couldn't score without him on the floor. They put up 91 points. They've lost 5 of 7. Hawks have averaged 123.1 points in their first 12 games since the All-Star break until that 91. Sebastian Arnold saying Harden having neck issues. Elias Flores says, I'm from Houston, and the Rockets do not play the Hawks good at all. Yeah. But Tomer says, I don't think the 2 or 3 seed matters. All that matters for Houston is home advantage against Golden State, and they aren't getting that. That's an interesting point. That is an interesting point. Drew Daddy says, got open crib next week. Going to be heading and watching college basketball next week at DJ Big Boss. Thanks for the inspiration. Exciting. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to not make a move here. But I think if you were going to back the Hawks, you should probably take them now. Because what if they do sit Harden in this spot? And I think that Tomor's right. They just need the 2 or the... I think the 2 or the 3 seed, it doesn't matter, but they just can't have the 4 seed. Bubba says, what is Young's status? Minor injury, just gone cold. I think he's just gone cold. Just tired. Long season. Never played this many games. I can understand the Hawks. Maybe I should make a move on them now, because what if Harden's announced not in the lineup? That's a viable possibility. Hawks plus 8 seems more and more like the play here. Hawks plus 8. Close to making a move there. Lakers, Bucks. Bucks are coming off tough 130-125 home loss to Sixers on Sunday. Antetokounmpo coming off career-high 52-point performance. Also had 16 boards, 7 assists. And he's questionable with a right ankle sprain for the Bucks. And now that there's no LeBron, I expect there to be no Antetokounmpo either. Malcolm Brogdon dealing with that plantar fascia tear, his right foot. This guy's important. Now, Mirotic had a tough game replacing him. And I think Mirotic can bounce back. 0 for 6 from 3. That's not enough. Not enough. Wow, look, there's Spartan King of Texas also on saying Hawks plus the points could be the play. Retro says, I don't trust the Hawks. But you know what? That's just too many points. And what if Harden's announced not in the lineup? I mean, you take him now at plus 8. Could be getting plus 5.5 when we come back on the Late Show. All right, I'm in. I'm jumping on the Hawks at plus 8 here at home. I like it. Jumping on that right now. Hawks plus 8. And you know what? If I feel like that's the wrong play, I can hedge out of it. But right now, I think there's a legitimate possibility of no Harden. I keep repeating myself there. Okay, plus 8, minus 102 at 5 dimes. I'm jumping on the Hawks. We have 2 guys from the Houston area saying they don't play well against the Hawks. I'm on it. Okay. Tomer says Bucks should start Snell, not Mirotic. And you know what, Tomer? It's interesting you say that because it's not even Snell who's going to be coming in. It's going to be DJ Wilson who will come in if it's not Mirotic. But Mirotic needs another spot. I mean, he goes 0 for 6 from 3. How often does that happen? Not very often. Von Polo says, I'm taking the Lakers money line. Tom Marino says, I'm on Milwaukee. Bucks were flat against Philadelphia. They should bounce back here. I would wait till Antetokounmpo is announced not in the lineup and get a better line because that's just exploded to 14 now that there's no LeBron. I would wait. I think you're going to get a better line when they announce no Antetokounmpo, and I expect that to happen. I expect Antetokounmpo to not... Wow, Bob Taylor says Tarasenko will play tonight. Damn, Bob Taylor. I mean, thank you for the insight, but man, that's going to help this. Now, it is an upper body injury, which is going to affect Tarasenko on the power play. Oh, wow. Thanks, Bob Taylor. Damn, I do not like reading that. Okay, so we'll break down this Milwaukee game when we have a better idea whether the Greek Freak's in the lineup or not. Okay, let's go Warriors, Timberwolves. We got to go quickly because we got to get to Drew Martin right now. Warriors, Timberwolves, Golden State. Now, I watched the Spurs game with my fist pumping all night last night, and it felt like the Warriors weren't really trying late in the game. I guess they knew they were on the first half of back-to-back. Spurs money line cashed, under cashed. Golden State playing the final game of a 4-game road trip. They're 2-1. No, they just walked into a very hot Spurs team last night. Curry and Thompson had off nights combined to go 14 for 43. DeMarcus Cousins is not going to be back in the lineup, I don't think, again tonight. I think they're going to give him more time off. Shout out to Clarence Zuza in the house. All right. Noli No says, I have to give credit where credit due. The jalapeno poppers and the burger idea was flat out genius. Shout out, Noli. Oh, look at that. Jin Rummy says Copley is in net. This is all going to work out. But I haven't bet yet. Okay, that's okay. I'm not going to panic. Just stay calm, not panic. I can throw in the bet. when my man Drew is on, but the line's probably changing already. Jim Remy says, Copley versus Blackwood. Let's go Devils. And it's going to be fun to talk about that game tomorrow. My man Jim Remy. Okay, quickly. Boogie sat out Monday's game. I expect him not to be in the lineup. Andre Iguodala is still dealing with that tooth extraction. It's not sure if he's going to be in the lineup. So Kevin Durant is back, obviously, but with Iggy out of the lineup, you're going to get more McKinney. With Boogie out of the lineup, you're going to get more Looney. I mean, those guys are just bad. Just bad. Timberwolves coming off third straight loss, 117-102 at Houston. But this is a different team at home. But do the Warriors want to send a message? Probably. Josh Okogie playing great defensively. The question is, do we jump? You know what? The Warriors are a tricky cap. And I'm not just going to fade them because of how successful it's been over the last little while against spread. I'm going to wait till I cap that game with Ski Profit. Then we have Nets Kings. Here, Sacktown King joining us right now. Sacktown King, do we jump on your Sacramento Kings right now? Do the Sacramento Kings start a run right now at home? Now, they're not going to make the playoffs, but do they start a run? I think they do. They came after a long road trip, a tough spot to be in at home. They win 129-102 on Sunday over the Bulls. Bagley is a beast. Number 2 overall pick last draft. 21 points, 9 boards. Buddy Hield made 2 3-pointers. He's 9 shy of Stojakovic's team record in 03-04. Nets have lost 3 games of their first 7, but they look pretty good in their last one. They barely lost to the Clippers 119-116. So they lose to Oklahoma City 108-96, lose to the Jazz 114-98. Alex Ramirez taking the Timberwolves. Red Girl liking the under in this spot. Interesting. I've had a bad read on Kings unders right now. Let's go. So the spread is at 3.5 for the Sacramento Kings at home. And this total bouncing up at 233 and 233.5. Wow, Red Girl taking the under. Sacktown King says Bagley makes a huge difference. Drew Daddy on the Kings. Tomino says Kings have been a good first quarter team. I'd lean to them early. And Sacktown King says, hell yes. I think the Kings keep running here. Ski Prophet says lean Kings. Russell is playing very well. DeMar Carroll put up 22 points against the Clippers. We know his knee's going to be barking right now. He can't do that 2 games in a row. Dinwiddie's struggling. 2 of 16 from the field. Alan Crabb dealing with a knee injury. I'm on the Kings here. I'm on the Kings to continue rolling. I think it's going to be a real tight game. But I'm on the Kings to keep rolling. They're a good basketball team. And the Nets are on a very tough road trip. -3.5 and -105 at Heritage. That is a play I'm jumping on right now. Second play on the card for me in NBA. Coming off a 5-3 day. The under in the Warriors game, says Red Girl. Well, Timberwolves are another team I've had trouble with finding their totals. And the Warriors under... Sorry, got to get to Drew here. Is 229.5 and creeping down. Interesting. I guess trusting Okogie's defense. Thank you for letting me know, Red Girl. And then finally, we have Pacers, Clippers. Clippers have won 11 of 15. They've won 7 of 8. They have a good vibe in the dressing room. Doc's doing a hell of a job coaching this team. I think the Pacers are just a fade team. They're just a fade team moving forward, and that's what I want to do. I watched that game very closely, the Blazers game last night, and even when the Pacers were up early, I was like, they're going to lose this basketball game against the Blazers team without McCollum. Let's see what I would get on the Clippers right now. I just want to fade these 4.5. I'm going to take it. I want to fade these Pacers every chance I get. -4.5, -105. I want to fade them on the road. All right. I got 3 plays already. 3 plays already. I'm on the Clippers -4.5 and -105. I'm on the Kings -3.5 and -105. I do not like what this Pacers team can't get a bucket when they need one. They play with a lot of energy. They play with they fight. They play well defensively. And Red Girl says Clippers full game under is her NBA play of the day. Let me take a look at that. 219.5. Interesting. Very interesting. Ski Prophet says Clippers. I love it. All right, so I'm on Clippers. And then I'm on the Hawks +8. And I'm on the Kings -3.5. Rayhan Hyder says I'm all over Clippers. I like this NBA card. I'm on a nice roll in NBA. Thanks to all the great cappers in the chat and my guest today, Ski Prophet. Okay, let's get my man Drew Martin on the scene. Drew, thank you so much for joining us. March Madness is here, my man. How you holding up?
March Madness is here, Jimmy. Thanks for having me on, bro. And yeah, it's in full force, man. It's almost like you can't even keep up. I feel like things are slipping through my fingers. I'm missing stuff because NIT, we got CBI, we got all these tournaments, March Madness, the play-in games tonight. And like I said yesterday, it's a great time to be alive, great time to be a sports bettor, and hopefully the low baggers are feeling the same way, and we can get on some winning sides here.
Yes, and we got off to a nice start yesterday. Let's keep it rolling. Can we start with the play-in games because they're the most interesting right now for everybody? Can we start with Fairleigh Dickinson Prairie View A&M. Farley Dickinson opening up at -1.5, now -2. And the total opening at 150.5 is now down to 149. And our man Lamont Williams loving the over at 150, and that's creeping down right now. Farley Dickinson, Prairie View, A&M, Drew. What are you thinking here?
The Knights from New Jersey and Fairleigh Dickinson. You know, I trust Max when it comes to these. We got our show at 9 and 4, 9:30 a.m. and 4 in the afternoon. And he went over this game in the morning, and he's all over FDU. He thinks Fairleigh Dickinson's the more talented team. They're going to slow the pace down going up against Prairie View, who's going to look to push it. And we know it's easier to slow the game down rather than push up the tempo. And he thinks that Fairleigh Dickinson's the more talented team. And when you look at what Prairie View did out of conference, when they got out of the SWAC conference, they did not do very well. I mean, I believe they started off the season, like 1-10, 1-9, something like that. So they were able to take advantage of the SWAC, which is, in a lot of people's opinion, the weakest conference in all of Division I college football, or college basketball, excuse me. So I would look to fade Prairie View here just because of their strength of schedule. And I'm with Max. He put me on FDU. I like FDU. So with something to watch, I got a little coin on it. I like Fairleigh Dickinson. Makes
sense to me. I watched the Prairie View Grambling. Watched that whole game too because I was on Prairie View and the over. And man, Prairie View just ran into a Grambling State team that was fouling, was out of control, turning the ball over. That first half was one of the ugliest halves of basketball I've ever seen. I'm going to jump on Fairleigh Dickinson with you guys. Let's see what I would get. While I'm line shopping here, let's look at the next big game on the card. Belmont Temple. Now, this opened a bet online at -1 for Belmont. Moved to -3, and it put no fear into Maxwell Smart, who liked Temple in this spot. Do you like Temple as well? And what a high total at 155. What are you thinking about doing in this spot, Drew?
Yeah, I'm surprised by this market move, Jimmy. I mean, I think Temple's the side as well. I think that their guard play, that the way that they played down the stretch, you know, that there was a question mark there with the loss to Wichita State, to just one and done in the tournament, always a little bit concerning. But they were able to beat UConn, UCF, you know, a UCF team that's in the tournament as well. So they've beat some good teams down the stretch. Outside of the loss to Memphis, they really played well in their last 7 or 8 games. This Temple team can score. They're efficient. They don't turn the ball over either. So I know Belmont is a solid school. They're a solid. The Bruins are good out of Nashville, Tennessee. They're going to look to push the pace as well, and they can shoot. They can shoot 3s and 2s. But Temple's defense isn't half bad. So I think that this efficient, both offensive and defensive team for Temple. Keep in mind they're a top 100 offense and defensive efficiency, so they can play both sides of the ball very well. Their steal percentage is good on both sides. They don't turn the ball over. I think Temple, especially with this market, helping us out. You know, we're getting more points in our pocket with the Temple side. I like Temple in this play-in game, Jimmy.
So do a lot of people in the chat. Ron Crawford liking FDU and Temple. Tomarino saying I'm on Temple at +3.5. Belmont star center averages nearly 15 a game hurt. Belmont's coach said he will be very limited. But you got Moss says Belmont beats Temple. And it goes over. Ronaldo Pettis also on Temple. Tomarino adding that Temple's playing for their coach. He's retiring after this year. Very interesting stuff. Backing Temple. Do you have a thought on the side here? Or excuse me, the total here?
I would say this. I believe Belmont's their leading rebounder, the guy that he's a big dude down low, the center. I think he's banged up. So I think that actually might speed it up, because I doubt that he's going to get the minutes that he usually does. And as far as like the low post presence, I could see Belmont even be able to kind of be more wide open and spread out. So I would look towards the over, gun to head, but I haven't bet the total yet.
Very interesting stuff. Yeah, the total creeping up at some books. 155 opened at 154.5. Well, I did jump on FDU. I got a -2 at -104, and I got that at Pinnacle. Viper NB says Belmont is a way better team. Mr. Gokster says Campbell, Greensboro, over. Man, I've missed that line. Couple games I want to talk about, and that's one of them. Campbell, UNC Greensboro. I know Max thinks that UNC Greensboro, and a lot of people think they should be in the tourney, but they are not. This total is shot up to 145. Greensboro, 9-point favorites. You have any feel on this Campbell Greensboro spot?
Not necessarily as a side, Jimmy, but in the total, in a lot of these NIT games, you know, we do have the rules changes. Not sure if you've gone over them with everybody, but the foul structure is the most important in my opinion, and we've seen it pretty much down the board with all of these NITs. I think the odds makers were a little bit slow, and the vultures this morning were out, man. We're seeing a lot of 3, 4, 5-point moves towards the over, which, you know, as a lot of people know, in the college basketball betting markets, a March move of 5 points is pretty ridiculous, and it means something's up. And it has to do with the rules changes. You know, there's going to be, 5 fouls now, just 4 quarters of 10 minutes, and it's going to be 2 free throws, no 1-and-1s, and then it gets reset. I think that really favors the over. Also, the offensive, if you get an offensive rebound, I think the shot clock resets to just 20 seconds. So not going to be able to just kind of dribble out the time nearly as much. And we're seeing that in this move towards the over. And Campbell can score. UNC Greensboro can score as well. So with this it was in the low 140s, now in the mid 140s. I still like it over.
Still backing the over here. Interesting stuff. And do you think Greensboro rolls? We've made money off this Campbell team this year.
Yeah, I think this is a tough one because Greensboro just got their bubble bursted, and it's a team where it's almost one of those things you need to really dig deep into this motivation for Greensboro. How motivated are they in the NIT? I believe that they will be motivated, but I haven't really had the time to go in, you know, to see the blog postings, to see all the clips from like the local beat writers and stuff. So it's something I would need the afternoon to kind of break down, and I just haven't gotten that deep into it.
Tom Marino says, and we talk about whether teams will be trying or whether they'll be inspired to put out maximum effort. Tom Marino says, yeah, it will be tough for NC State to get up for the game after not getting in. And Hofstra is a good basketball team. It's North Carolina State, which opened at -10, now 9.5, and 9. Pinnacle leading the way towards Hofstra. Is Hofstra in business against this NC State team who may or may not be into this game?
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite bets on the board, Jimmy. This NC State team, I'd watch out. I think that not only would I not want to lay 9.5 with them, I agree with this market move from 10.5 down to 9. I don't want to lay any points with them. I could see Hofstra going in and coming out with the win. I think motivation is a big issue for NC State. Yeah, they're the more talented team, but I'll take motivation anytime. With NC State, you know, down early, watch out. Also, Hofstra, a talented team. Keep in mind, this was the #1 seed going into the CAA tournament, and they lost to Northeastern, a Northeastern team that a lot of people are kind of liking. You know, here it seems to be a sharp side with the points in the main tournament. This is the team they had to beat in the championship game, Hofstra. So Hofstra left out, but still a talented team. In the regular season, they played well. You got to keep all of this in mind. NC State, you know, an ACC team playing in the NIT. I doubt it's really going to be a hostile environment there. So, yeah, I want nothing to do with NC State. And, in fact, I like Hofstra, and I like the 9 points, and I'd even sprinkle a little bit on the money line.
Wow, even a little sprinkle on the money line. Yeah, and you got Moss. I think Hofstra NC State should be a pick 'em. But DJ Big Boss says, I'm not that big on Hofstra. Jeff Jones says, Hofstra can absolutely win straight up. Send it in. Wow. And you got Moss says, that's why I said should be a pick 'em. Wow, that makes sense. You know what? Even if Hofstra doesn't have the talent of NC State, and I can understand Big Boss having a little bit of trepidation to make this play, I'm going to jump on it. That's just too many points. They're getting a 9.5 here, -105 at 5 dimes. Come on. Hofstra, I'm jumping on it now, plus 9.5, -105. Sorry, -105 at 5 dimes. Well, Drew, there's a bunch of games I could ask you about. You know, a ton of games I could ask you about, but you probably have some games that you are looking at right now. What is another game that you find most appealing on this card?
You know, kind of the same not the same situation, but an ACC team going against a mid-major sort of team here. We got Clemson, Wright State. However, I think there's a different aspect in this. Clemson, you know, really didn't have their bubble burst. They didn't do enough during the regular season to get into the tournament. So I don't think motivation is as big of an issue for the Clemson team. Also, they're a veteran team. There's a bunch of players, you know, this could be their last game if they lose. So I don't think Clemson has the same motivational issues that NC State has, and they're a much more talented team than Wright State. So if you're looking to lay with a favorite, I would lean towards Clemson here. I haven't gotten there, but I bet you I will before it's just a matter of time. I think 13.5 now with the market going against them. I don't really agree with that market move at 13.5. I think Clemson's the side. Also, the Arkansas game. You know, a lot of people talking about this. Arkansas's best rebounder, best scorer, NBA prospect is not playing in the NIT. So going against the Providence team, having to just lay 6 here. I think Providence is the side. I don't think Arkansas, has enough time as far as and Max was touching on this on our earlier show. They don't have enough practice time to kind of do without him as their leading scorer. And Arkansas wasn't that good this year anyway, if you watch the Razorbacks. So I would look towards Providence -6 on tonight's card.
Leaning Providence, that makes sense. A couple things, though, from just my psychological breakdowns rather than number-wise breakdowns. Arkansas may want to prove something. When we talk about whether or not they'll have motivation, I think they may want to prove something in this game. And another thing, Wright State completely fell apart against North Kentucky. It was awful. I mean, it was shocking how bad they played in that game. And I just feel like this is a huge opportunity for Wright State psychologically to go up against Clemson. Their season will not be a disgrace and not be over because they could play Clemson tough. So those are my only concerns with both Arkansas and Wright State right now. Just concerns. And I hear what you're saying, and I love hearing it. But Christian Wall says Clemson plays pissed off and rolls tonight. Noli knows like in the Clemson under. iRetro Star says Colorado my play of the day. And Noah Lastark says, what side is he on with Colorado? Dayton, Colorado. Colorado opening at -2. Now 4.5's on the board. Shout out to Enid Monet. All of the kind words about my show, and then also loving your show with Max Smart. I love your show as well. Shout out to my man Enid Monet. What do you think here about this spot? What do you think here, Dayton, Colorado?
Jimmy, I'm not really looking to bet the Pac-12 teams. I really, even in the main tournament, they got 3 teams in. I just think that it wasn't that talented of a conference, and I think that there is money to be made, kind of fading some teams, strength of schedule, like we just talked about earlier, and going against Dayton, a top 100 both offensive and defensive efficiency team. They get it done on both sides. They can hit their 2-point percentages. I believe the number 2 team in terms of shooting the ball inside the arc, so they're very efficient. They don't turn the ball over. Free throws okay as well, and they're not going to push the pace. So going against this Colorado team, a team that I'm looking to kind of fade here, along with other Pac-12 teams as well. It's just a Colorado team that who have they really beat? They beat Washington. And they're out of conference. They weren't able to really beat anybody. It's just not a team I really like here. So I definitely wouldn't want to be on Colorado. And I haven't bet it yet, Jimmy. It's a game that I've looked into a little bit here. I think Dayton is a pretty efficient team, and I would look to be on the Flyers.
Wow, looking to back the Flyers going against the market move. Very interesting. And then we've got to go, but there's so many great games I want to talk about. First off, I guess I just would love if you could just briefly touch on Lipscomb Davidson, 2 squads that we've liked backing all season long now facing each other. Davidson, 2-point favorites opening at 3.5. You have a feel on this spot?
Davidson's a team I'm really looking to back. They're a team that slows it down as well, Jimmy. As you know, very efficient offensively. They hit their free throws, they hit their 2s, they hit their 3s. It's a team that, coming out of the A10 as well. The A10 conference is a team that I would look to bet here in the postseason. I think they're underrated and not a fast-paced team, both offensive and defensively. Going against Lipscomb, who the market has really loved all season. You just brought it up. I mean, people have been making money on both of these 2 teams, actually. So coming from the A-Sun, a team that's going to speed it up. Again, it's easier to slow it down than speed it up, but they're also very efficient and playing in the NIT with these rule changes. Instead of trying to get too cute with the side, because I'm like you, I like both sides. I think offense is going to win the day, plus the rules changes added into that. I would look to be on the over.
Wow, looking to back the over there. That's shot up 5 points from 144 to 149. Alex Ramirez saying Marshall play today. Don Ricci liking Davidson. Paco Healy says Texas doesn't even want to be here. South Dakota State, Texas, already a 1.5 line move at BetOnline towards South Dakota State. Do you agree motivation will be another factor here with Texas?
Yeah, absolutely. This South Dakota State team, I would actually look to be on them. I know there's a couple sharp guys out there. The market's already moved on it. What, near double digits, now down to 8.5 or so, I believe. Don't have the odds screen in front of me, but yeah, I would not look to be on this Texas team. Like Paco says, Paco Healy, shout out to him, good guy. Just a 500 team, 16-16, had a bunch of losses. Again, another team that really didn't beat a lot of teams. I know they beat Iowa State, but that was in the stretch where there was something going on there in Ames with their offense. So I wouldn't put too much into that. Outside of that, they did beat Baylor, but really nobody else since back in November when they had that shocker against UNC. So it's a Texas team I'm not looking to bet in March by any means. I doubt you make any money, and I would look to fade them tonight.
You know what? That is Matt Randall's taint play of the day. South Dakota State plus 8.5 says Dahlm will not go away without a fight. I agree. I love that spot. I think it's a great spot. Great breakdowns by Paco and you, Drew, and Matt, finding out a team that's not going to be carrying enough. Yes, even good at 8.5, says Paco. I'm going to jump on that. And then finally, my man Alex Ramirez, we got to go, but he says Marshall is the play of the day. That's been a 1.5 or a point line move against IUPUI. Do you also like Marshall in this spot?
It's an IUPUI team that could create some problems, but yeah, I think Marshall, out of Conference USA, a pretty solid conference. I would look to back more so than fade, and Marshall's going to really push the tempo. So with a short turnaround here, just 2 or 3 days to prepare, I think the schematics will favor Marshall. So yeah, I'd be on the Thundering Herd. You
would? Okay, I'm going to keep looking into that game, but I love the shout out from Alex. Man, maybe I should just jump on it now. Do you think that line's going to continue moving in Marshall's favor?
Probably, yeah, I do. Especially, in the early like NIT betting, it's more sharp money, more people doing it professionally. And as we get towards the afternoon, it will be people just kind of piling on, so to speak. And they see IUPUI versus a Marshall team that they would know at least the school. I could see something like that, although IUPUI struggled down the stretch. So yeah, I would see the money coming in on Marshall. I would lock it in now, Jimmy.
Yeah, and there's 7.5. So I'm going to run with Alex Ramirez too. I'm going to jump in on 4 plays early. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, so I'm going to jump on Marshall minus 7.5. I'm getting minus 105 from Heritage. Heritage giving us the best line there, minus 7.5, minus 105. Beautiful. So I've added 4 plays in NCAA basketball. Get this night started. Love it. I'm on FDU minus 2 at minus 104 at Pinnacle. Hofstra plus 9.5 at minus 105. South Dakota plus 8 at plus 100. That's at BetOnline. And Marshall minus 7.5 at minus 105. That is available at Heritage. Wow, great job, Drew. Can't wait to hear your show today. I will be watching. And that is at 4 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. Can you make sure that I've got the right time there, 4 p.m. Eastern time? And let us know where we can find you on Twitter and what else you got going on this week.
4 p.m. Eastern time is correct, Jimmy. Monday through Friday, 4 to 5 with your boy Max, my boy Max, good guy, knows his college basketball as good as anybody. And yeah, we hit the chat box similar to this show, and just try to keep up with the low bag thing you got going on. We're trying to market all the plays too. We had the barbecue scandal play of the day. It did hit. Hopefully we get another one tonight. And just trying to keep up with the taint play of the day, the sausage selection play of the day. Love all of the chat box in here, man. Always fun. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Drew Martin Bets. And 9:30 a.m., 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. You can join us.
Oh, what a great guy, great capper. Thank you so much for joining us, Drew, on top of all the shows that you're doing. One more recap of my action so far today. I am on the Flyers money line at minus 113. I'm on the Hurricanes minus 1.5 at plus 187. I'm on the over 6 and Capitals Devils at minus 110. And I will be on the 1.5 with the Capitals at some point. I want money to come in on the other side. Oilers plus 185. That makes me uncomfortable now that Tarasenko is going to be back. And then I am on, I guess that's it on the NHL card. And then on the NBA card, I have a lean towards the Sixers. I'm going to wait on that. I'm on the Hawks plus 8 at minus 102. And then I'm on the 2 California teams. I'm on the Kings minus 3.5 and the Clippers minus 4.5. Nasty Nate says, what's the taint play of the day? The taint play of the day is South Dakota State plus 8.5. And I got that at plus 100 at BetOnline. Thank you guys so much. What a great start to a big day. Good luck in your afternoon study. We'll get after it with Ski Profit, and Maxwell Smart on our late show. But most importantly, Leche and those bookmakers!